What's up, App Nation? Welcome into another edition of Rock Talk. I'm Matt President, and I'm joined by Jeff Crosby, assistant coach, special teams coordinator for this App State football team. And Coach, tell us about what it is that attracted you to Boone and this program.
Yeah, so I'm from California, but being on the West Coast, you hear App State going to beat Michigan, you hear them beat Texas A&M, or the Giant Killers. Just the history of the App State program and the success they've had. I think that was what drew me to the program and what Coach Loggins is all about. Just an awesome person, getting to know him through the interview process and going through that whole deal. Just his values and what he's about as a person and a football coach is really what attracted me to App State.
In your playing career, you were a quarterback. How does that lead you to a career coaching special teams?
Yeah, so I grew up, I played quarterback, played at a small D3 school, played junior college football, and actually my first coaching job at the Division I level was at Southern Miss. I got a job as an offensive analyst for a guy by the name of Todd Monken, who's the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens now. And I worked with a wide receivers coach who was the special teams coordinator. And so that was like my first involvement with special teams. Got to do the scout team, all that stuff. And it's actually a pretty funny story. I was a volunteer assistant my first year at Southern Miss. We had some staff movement. We had our offensive coordinator leave. Our special teams coordinator got promoted to be the offensive coordinator. And I was actually a volunteer interim special teams coordinator for our bowl game against the University of Washington. And so it's kind of like, I think Coach Monken always jokes about, he's like, hey, you might be the first ever volunteer coordinator in the history of Division I football.
Trial by fire.
Exactly,
yeah.
Yep.
So there's so many different facets of special teams: punt and kick, return and coverage, and you have the field goal unit, you have long snappers that are so unique to that group. How do you go about trying to scheme all of these different types of plays that are used in all these different scenarios, and you have different groups of players for each of these scenarios?
Yeah, for sure. I think that's like the fun thing that attracted me to special teams, and once I get involved, it was like, wow, like you could really affect a game. I mean, a fake punt or fake field goal, punt coverage, flipping the field, and really outside the head coaches, you're the only one who gets to communicate with the whole team. So I thought that was like a really fun aspect of it. But just the ability to scheme. I mean, my job here is special teams only. I'm not in charge of a different position. So I think that's an awesome opportunity for myself to, hey, really nail down, hey, this is what we want to do on punt. This is what we want to do on punt return, kickoff, etc. I think you could really get into the details, the fundamentals of special teams, and make a huge impact in the game.
All right, we'll finish up with a few rapid fire questions.
Let's do it.
Growing up, who is your favorite athlete?
Favorite athlete, Tom Brady.
Okay.
Yep.
It's an easy one.
Yeah.
Biggest coaching influence?
Biggest coaching influence. The head coach I worked for at University of Washington, Chris Peterson. I grew up a fan of him just from afar when he was at Boise, and then having the opportunity to go work for him at Washington was kind of like a surreal moment. Like that was pretty awesome.
All right. Lastly, when you get some time away from football, what is it that you enjoy doing away from the game?
I'm a huge family guy. Love spending time with my family. Got married in July, so love spending time with my wife. Nieces, nephews, all that stuff back in California, and then occasional fishing. Love to fish, so that's another thing I like to do.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
He's Jeff Crosby. I'm Matt President. This has been Rock Talk.